trying to like do too much.
Well, he does.
Oh,
we're live now, just so you guys know.
I can't talk shit to you guys anymore.
I didn't even do the intro. I was way off. We're live. We're live on YouTube. So, but I will say,
we're here.
Speaking, I'll say it because I've said it to Steve before too. Speaking of Steve, he watches a lot of videos on like the bigger guys and how they do things, and he wants us to be like them. And I don't blame him, but we're a train wreck, and these guys have teams of people that handle their shit. So
teams
of people.
Teams.
They got studios of people.
Anybody out there wants to do free editing for us, hit us up.
Yeah. Free editing.
Hey,
I wish.
If you need to build your portfolio in editing, hit us up.
We're your guys.
We got plenty of work.
We got plenty of work.
We got plenty of work. Ain't no thing.
What's going on, fellas? Happy holidays.
Merry Christmas. Happy birthday. Hold on. Cheers. We got to say happy birthday to our own ScytheX. Cheers, buddy.
Appreciate it.
I got my GGEN cup here.
Drink. Probably should have gotten a real drink.
Drinking a little bit of the adult coffee.
One night I got beer with me. You guys are drinking water and shit.
I'm not drinking water. I got good shit in here. No. Don't you worry.
Oh, okay.
He's drinking his whiskey. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm drinking that whiskey. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, happy Hanukkah, the whole nine. I got my Yoda. Where am I at here? I got my Yoda Christmas shirt, Baby Yoda.
I don't have an ugly sweater or Christmas shirt. I just have the hat.
Go with this. This is these are Christmas pajama jams that I wear with the family. So I know everyone can see here that Zuplex has a Christmas onesie found for that big, but it is
he's wearing a onesie.
He's wearing a onesie here with the I wish his beard had lights in it though. I really do. True. I really, really do.
They sold out of the ones with lights in them. They were sold out. I couldn't get them in time.
Everyone jumping into the video
next year.
Jumping into the stream. Let me know how it sounds. Let me know how it looks. We appreciate all the love and support. I'm just going to get the link out here, and then we'll kind of get going. Today is a Christmas-themed episode. So
here you go.
We're going to say
jolly.
Happy
birthday, Fred. There we go.
Appreciate
Salud, brother.
All right. Hold on. Cheers.
Salud.
Salud.
What is that? What's that toast go? Like, here's to glory, here's to honor. If you can't come in here, then come honor.
Solid. Solid.
Let's get that link out here.
Hi, Mom.
Yeah.
Oh man. So while Chris is sending out the link, make sure to check out the Oversell podcast that just dropped. New episode just dropped tonight. Make sure everybody goes and checks it out. It's the greatest wrestling podcast in the world, as far as I'm concerned. If you're into pro wrestling, definitely check that out. We've got some other stuff heading our way. The round 2 of the trivia game is going to be starting soon. Yep. I think after the holiday, we're going to start round 2 of the trivia game. We've got the key list. Episode 2 should be coming soon.
Oh, I can't wait for that.
Yeah, probably second week in November, first week of January.
First week of January. We have the unboxing video as well. Should be out this week. Some new graded comics. I'm almost done with God of War, so if you guys haven't yet, make sure you keep an eye out for the Twitch stream, or if I stream it on YouTube. God of War Ragnarok was a long journey, or feels like a long journey, but phenomenal game.
And I'll be jumping back on the High on Life.
Won Game of the Year. It should have won Game of the Year. They got
totally agree.
John, I'll be jumping back to High on Life soon.
High on Life, which I do want to play, man.
I played it today for like 2 hours. That game is ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
It's funny. So I've seen some clips of the game, and I stopped watching. Now I'm avoiding clips because I really just want to experience this comedy and commentary fresh. You know what I mean? Like some of it looks so good, and it's hard not to watch these clips.
I thought I picked the wrong game when I started it. I got so confused.
I see. Now don't tell me. I don't know how it starts. So let's keep that spoiler free.
I was just blown away. The whole game's funny. I'm gonna add my point of view of my playthrough eventually.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna add it to the channel.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's bonkers, dude.
I do want to just throw out there, I'm going to be posting a lot more stuff on TikTok. So this is Carmine. So, if you haven't yet, follow the TikTok channel for some quick thoughts and quick moments that we think of. We just got a lot going on. So
see me and Fred's really bad Mark Wahlberg impressions.
Yeah, what's that all about? Did you pull the Saturday Night Live impression? You're a goat,
It's a
huh?
transformer.
It's a transformer.
Transformer.
Wow, what's that all about? Yeah, I'm Mark Wahlberg. Johnny Munez, thanks for jumping into the stream as always.
Butters.
Johnny Butters. He says, "Can you please blur out Zuplex's onesie?" I wish I could, my man, but I'm not that advanced yet.
It's a fantastic holiday, man. You can't.
Holiday special, bro.
It's illegal.
Speaking of the holidays,
is illegal.
That helmet is illegal. Speaking of the holidays, we got our first Christmas gift of the year, our first holiday gift of the year. The Rock has humbled himself. Did you guys see he finally admitted defeat? He is no longer Black Adam.
He admitted defeat without admitting defeat, and I thought that made it even worse. He said,
"Oh my God!"
He said, "You guys know me. I have thick skin." Just the fact of him saying that knows it got to him that he had to say he didn't have thick skin.
100%. 100%.
It ate him alive. It ate him alive.
I can't hear Chris now.
Well, we lost Chris again. Train wreck. Whoopsie.
Again, the Oversell podcast dropped today.
And MVP dropped a couple days ago. So
yeah, there we go.
Feel free.
We're just gonna keep. This is gonna be a whole hour of just me and Fred plugging our individual podcasts.
The theater room is now the self-plug podcast. If you have anything to plug, feel free to come on.
Just come on the theater room. Butters, you got anything to plug for us? For you?
He's got to have something. Off topic, which is always on topic for us. I got a few books on the way that I'm excited about. I think I was telling you privately, but I'm excited to get them. I think my goal is to, when I get up to 10, I'm gonna hand them off to you for whenever you decide to send your
after when the new year starts. Once I find a good presser, I'm gonna be going hard. So I'm gonna send out some test books to this guy that I found, and then if it all works out, if the books come back really good, then he might be the presser I use from here on out. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. I'm gonna send out a couple test
giving
books.
him like shit books that he can like practice
on, I mean, like I'm gonna give him a couple of $3 books that have some high upsell on the back end that have some problems on them, spine roll, some creasing and stuff like that, and just see what he can do with them. Like I'm wasting a little bit of money here. I'm gonna be honest with you, because it's more than likely that I'm not gonna get really the return on what I'm gonna spend on getting them graded and everything. However, for me to find out that this guy's good or not is worth the money to spend and not have to risk a $200 book.
At the end of the day, it's going to be cheaper than sending it to CGC to press it, right?
Oh, it's going to be more expensive, but it'll come back faster.
Oh, so that's the issue. It's the timing.
So CGC right now I had books. The latest unboxing video that is going to be uploaded is books that I had at CGC since April.
Oh, okay.
And I got all of them pressed. That's why the pressing, they didn't reach press, so they sat at CGC or CCS, which is their pressing company, from April to October. The weekend of Comic-Con was when I got the notice that they were finally being pressed.
Damn.
And I didn't get them back.
What do they do? Hand them over to the grading people and say, grade them?
Exactly. It is cheaper to go with CCS because they only charge $10 a book. I think this guy that I found charges like $18 a book. But if it saves me 9 months of waiting time,
time is money, right?
Extra,
that's what they say.
That extra $8 a book is well worth it. Well worth it. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. It basically raises my price from that I normally get a book pressed and graded from CGC from like $38-40 like 45 if I do custom labels to about 50 to 55 if I do custom labels.
Yeah.
Per book. So for pressing and grading, it's not terrible, but when you're doing the volume, it starts to get expensive, man.
So I have a question, and maybe other people want to hear it, but so 2 of my books that I told you had signatures on them. It looks like they come with certificates. Now, does that matter? Should I send that to CGC? No, just send it right to CBCS.
I would use CBCS or PGX. You have more of a CGC will not give you a yellow label. Gonna give you
because they only do that if they need like a CGC employee to actually witness the signature, right?
Yes. Like they need to witness it, or you go to you pay to have they do in-house signings. So you could send your book to them. Like Todd McFarlane's doing a signing for like 3 months. You send your book in, but the prices on the in-house signings are pretty high. Like to get a book signed and graded, I think from Todd McFarlane was around $200.
Damn.
Yeah, so
and that's even if you bring a book with you.
Oh, with those, yeah, you would send your book in.
Oh, well, it wasn't like a meetup thing where you go up to them?
Okay. They do these signings all year round. Like right now, they have a bunch of signings going on with different comic book artists, different creators, different cover artists, writers, actors. Like Robert Downey Jr. did a signing with CGC about months ago. I think it was 4 months ago. It was $450 a book, signed and graded. So you're paying big money, but that all goes into the return. So anybody that's buying a CGC copy of, whatever Iron Man book signed by Robert Downey Jr., they know that the grading and signing process is going to run $450. So you're selling that book for $500-600.
Yeah.
No, that's going to be the rate on them. Like, everybody's gonna be selling.
I hear. Now CBC.
Can anybody hear me?
I do go.
Can anybody hear me? Hello.
I do go over.
Hello. Can you hear me now?
Series process in the latest key list.
Can you hear me now? Hello.
For all of this information. So,
can you hear me?
We still can't hear you, Chris.
You get the
all right, now you got me, right?
Yeah, now we can hear you.
How does it sound? Because the settings on this one are all off the place, all over the place.
I mean, you sound pretty good to us.
I wouldn't mess with it because now we hear you.
Well, I'm just moving it so it's more centered. Do I sound nice and clear? It looks like I'm hitting the yellow, so this will
sound fine.
It's official, boys. This was the very first mic I ever had doing the podcasting, and today on the Theater Room Christmas episode, it officially kicked the bucket.
Well, now I know what you want for Christmas.
Hit that donation link. And get
donation. Hey, I've been looking at the Shure SMB7 for a little while now. You know what I'm saying? So.
Oh boy, this man is gonna have a mixer.
Oh God.
He's gonna have a whole.
Well, that one's USB, so that's why I was looking at that one because there's another Shure. I forget what the other model number is, but that one is the XLR mic. I don't even know if I want to deal with that nonsense.
I hate if there's one thing I hate, and I feel like everyone on YouTube and streaming and content creation would agree, is audio issues are the worst.
It's the most frustrating thing. This mic has been so reliable and so good.
And eventually we'll have a studio. We'll be okay. All right. Yep. That's how you got to think, pal.
Anyway, I apologize. I mean, it wouldn't be a Christmas, a Theater Room episode if we didn't lose our shit. So
we vamped for a while. We were talking about comics and stuff like that. So you're good now as he's dropping more and more shit.
So anyway, going back to The Rock humbling himself, I clearly am humbled.
The Rock being a piece of shit.
Yeah. So he had to eat a big old piece of humble pie, and then he turned it sideways and stuck it up his own candy ass, baby.
Yeah,
this fucking guy, man. I like The Rock.
He said I like him too, obviously, but like he said he had an interesting conversation about coming back as Black Adam, and he said Gunn doesn't want Adam in the first phase of his DCU.
Right.
He wants him kind of to come in a little later.
He's gonna want Adam as a villain.
Right.
Right.
The Rock doesn't want to play a villain.
The correct way.
But here's the thing though. Does the delay mean that Shazam's gonna change, or are we gonna get the same Shazam down the road?
I think what it means.
I mean, that movie's coming out in like 2 months.
No, but
I'm saying like a Shazam,
right,
because eventually it's gonna be Shazam versus Black Adam. That has to be.
Right.
Otherwise, what's the point?
Zachary Levi and Gunn are very tight. Like they're boys.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I said at the last theater room, he basically said like, Gunn better keep me because we're boys, otherwise he's dead to me or something like that.
I'm telling you right now, though, I think The Rock's little announcement was another effort by The Rock to essentially still kind of control things. I almost guarantee you James Gunn was like, yeah, you're not going to be Shazam at all because you're just not who I envision in my head as Shazam. And then The Rock's like, okay, no problem. I'll tell the world. And then when he tweeted, he's like, yeah, I'll be back as Shazam. I'm just, it's going to be a little later as Black Adam. It's just going to be a little later. Yeah. Like, I still think James Gunn is like, no, guy.
Yeah, it's all spin.
Yeah.
It's all spin to make him not look as bad. You know what I mean? Like, obviously.
Right. So,
what's the, speaking of high grade assholes, what's the tally mark as to what Avatar's at the box office so far?
Apparently, it had a pretty good opening weekend.
Go on, that was a hell of a segment. Give me that one.
I loved it.
Actually, you know what? I should look up actual numbers, but apparently it had a good opening weekend. However,
see, I
still didn't do well.
Underdelivered.
Is it good because he wants
underdelivered? No, he wants $3 billion.
He wants to at least break even. It's $2 billion. That's the number.
Yeah, but $3 billion is the number to break the record.
Yeah.
So he wants $3 billion. Let's be honest. Here.
So 150
be there for 10 years.
It's 134 million by the end of the summer. By the end of the weekend, essentially.
They were projecting 157.
157, right?
Solid, yeah.
It's a solid weekend, but it's not going to release in Russia. It's probably not going to do well in China. So like the two biggest markets are the reason. Let's be specific here. That the first Avatar even did so well. You know what I mean? They're not going to be in those markets, or they're not going to do as well in those markets. So he already lost.
Sounds like Jimmy Cameron's going to be losing a lot of money on this one.
What's funny is I was reading something too, and he was already trying to basically explain how his movies always start off a little slower, but they have staying power, and they make the most of their money at the back end of their theatrical run. Get the fuck out of here with this guy.
The theatrical run is a year long.
Yeah, instead of Black Adam came out in 40 days.
Yeah. So for context here, I talked to somebody at work today, my boy Fig. Shout out to my man Fig. He said it was good. Said the story's crazy, but I don't know.
I heard it's boring as can be.
I heard it was I heard it was very boring and way too long.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't. Listen, I want to go see it. I still do want to see it, and I want to see it in theaters just because visually, it's the kind of movie you want to see on a big screen like that.
It is definitely a movie you have to see in theaters. I'll agree with that.
I feel like we owe it to the theater room fans.
I don't want to give them the money.
I don't owe shit. I ain't watching
it. you're gonna watch it when it comes out on streaming. I guarantee it.
We should have on our Facebook page the running tally mark of what Avatar's making every day.
We should do that every day. I'll just put Avatar update.
Avatar update. It's something to the chase to 3 billion.
Those are 2 early Christmas gifts, boys. So two birthday and Christmas gifts to you guys.
And James Cameron flipped off the people that went to see his movie.
Fucking wild. This guy's on another planet.
Not only that. Did you read that
he's John's favorite director apparently because he was defending Jimmy Cameron hard on this.
No, but did you see that he also commissioned a scientific study to see if Jack would actually survive at the end of Titanic if he got on the raft with Rose? This is how much the guy is just losing it. He can't even take that argument the wrong way or take the loss there, and he paid to try and prove that he would not survive. Only one person could survive that.
Dude, he's just a Hollywood joke at this point.
You know what? Honestly, though, I would be all for more James Cameron movies if he did something like creative. Like, if I want to see like a xenomorph in a Christmas movie. I want him hunting down a warehouse of Santas.
Yeah, like I want him to get off the Avatar train and start giving us more James Cameron movies. Like get off of Avatar.
We don't need 3-hour-long movies every time.
Bring us T2 again. Bring us True Lies again. Like those were great fucking movies.
Just be original. I mean, he even. Oh. But it's just some of the things he says. I roll my eyes. Like they couldn't do Avatar 2 because he needed to make Avatar 4 was ready to go. Like who's thinking like that?
I saw something. Like, Avatar 3 is like 9 hours long.
Oh my god!
What?
So maybe what they're trying to say is Avatar 4, 5, and 6 is 3 hours each, and they're actually just one big movie.
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
I don't know.
He's all over the place.
Like I said it, I think in our chat privately, but what's funny about James Cameron hating on like the superhero movies is that he was the main producer and director of Aquaman in Entourage.
Right. How funny, right? The world comes around. Back then he thought that it would never happen, and all of a sudden he's like, "Yeah, I can't beat the real Aquaman." Mercy. Aquaman kicked my ass. I just
so Christmas movies.
Yeah, let's talk about Christmas. This is a Christmas episode, right?
Christmas.
Let's talk about Christmas right now. So, we've all heard the the argument, right? Is Die Hard a Christmas movie? We all have our own opinion about that. I personally think it is, but that's just because I'd prefer to watch that over some of the cheesy shit that everyone likes to watch. But it just got me thinking, like, what other movies technically should be Christmas movies that are not considered Christmas movies? I mean, I right away think of a movie like Reindeer Games with Ben Affleck, where he dresses up as Santa to rob a place, essentially. And there's a long list of movies that are like that. Even technically, if we're talking about movies that have a Christmas setting in the movie, Spider-Man No Way Home ends with Spidey swinging through New York.
True.
So is that enough? Is that enough to make it a Christmas movie?
Hawkeye's a Christmas show.
I would agree with you 100%. The whole show is him trying to get back to his family for Christmas.
Right, I'm gonna throw you guys a curveball here. Gremlins.
What's that? Gremlins 1 absolutely is a Christmas movie.
Gremlins 1 is a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
See, like the fact that that's even a curveball and that people would argue against it is crazy to me.
You have Gremlins caroling. They literally carol in the movie. They go Christmas caroling. Come on, man. Like Gremlins is a Christmas movie as far as I'm concerned.
What about Edward Scissorhands?
See, I think that's a Christmas movie.
Because that just
Tim Burton Christmas movie. So it's kind of like it's like a goofy artist Christmas movie. But I'd say it's
here's a curveball from Tim Burton. Is Nightmare Before Christmas, is that a Halloween movie or is it a Christmas movie or is it somehow both?
See,
it's both.
I don't think it's both. I consider it strictly a Christmas movie. And the reason why is because
even with the song "This Is Halloween,"
yeah, but only because the story is about Christmas. You know what I mean? Like the story is in there. Christmas, it's Halloween characters, the whole thing, but the story itself is about saving Christmas. You know what I mean? And finding love. This one? Like,
how about this one? Iron Man 3.
Yes,
Iron Man 3 is a Christmas movie.
So
Iron Man 3.
Admittedly, my parameters for what is a Christmas movie is like if there's Christmas lights at some point, it's probably a Christmas movie. Like I don't get too picky.
Well, you know the thing about Shane Black, right? The thing about Shane Black, the director of Iron Man 3.
What?
He says you could put a Christmas movie into any movie. That's why I like Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. Kind of a Christmas movie. Takes place during Christmas. Michelle Monaghan wears a Santa outfit almost the entire movie.
That's enough. To me, me, that's enough. What's the movie you just said, Fred?
What were you saying?
Rocky 4.
Oh, it's such a tough one.
So now this is where it gets complicated, right? Because like the story has nothing to do with Christmas. It's not about him finding true love or meaning in life or anything like that. However, there is a whole Christmas scene, right? They open gifts, they celebrate Christmas together.
Yeah.
I'd say count it.
Say Rocky 4 is a Christmas. I mean, it's up there. See, I have like weird thing about Rocky 4 because everybody loves Rocky 4 and thinks it's the best Rocky movie, when in reality it's Rocky 3.
Rocky 3 is Hulk Hogan is definitely the scene stealer of the century.
like Thunderlips, the Ultimate Male, is definitely the Steve Steeler of the whole.
Wait,
of the
real quick, Jim Tatro just jumped into the chat to wish us a happy holiday season, and also to thank ScytheX for the Robert Schimmel reaction the other day.
So my man,
awesome.
That's a great shout out, Jim. Thanks for jumping into the stream. Let us know before you bounce out, unless you want to stay the whole time. What do you think is a Christmas movie should be considered a Christmas movie that technically is not considered a Christmas movie?
Give us your opinion, Jim.
So right now we're talking about Rocky IV. I definitely think you should count it as a Christmas movie for sure. I wish there were more sci-fi movies that had like a Christmas holiday theme. Like honestly, I want to count Andor and their heist episode as a Christmas episode because the stars and the lights at the end of that whole thing were just.
Wouldn't that be a Life Day episode?
Who gives a shit? I call it Christmas episode. Holiday. It's a holiday.
They technically celebrate Christmas though.
Right.
They celebrate Life Day.
I call it a holiday episode. We're in 2022 now. You can't say Christmas holiday.
Yeah. So that means that Marvel technically has 3 Christmas properties.
Well, yeah, there's the Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special. There's Iron Man 3, Hawkeye. Those are 3 guaranteed ones, clearly. And if you throw the Star Wars holiday special in there, I know that they own Star Wars. No Way Home would be 5.
Yeah. No Way Home's a tough one though for me because it starts at Halloween.
Mm-hmm. It does start at Halloween, sure.
So it's like it's kind of on the fence
around Christmas, doesn't it?
It ends with a positive note around Christmas.
Yes.
Yeah.
What about Jim Tatro says a great one that no one talks about or even remembers is called The Ref with Kevin Spacey. I'm gonna be honest.
That's an awesome Christmas movie.
I don't even know what movie he's talking about. I don't think I even know what that movie is.
With Dennis Leary and Kevin Spacey, that movie is amazing.
What about the Harry Potter movies? Christmas Christmas
well, it's
happens.
only Harry Potter 1.
Why? Harry Christmas Potter happens in every single one of them.
Movie. Oh, I don't think it does it?
Yeah. It's a bit
show it in the movie?
Well, they show a quick scene of them. They're either at Hogwarts or they're home. Yeah. But
Harry Potter 1's the one that gets like a lot of shit happens around Christmas.
Well, yeah. I'll give you that. You know
what I mean? Like the rest of them, they're just kind of like, it's Christmas break, everybody.
Yes.
Let's go home.
I give you
that.
True.
I give you that.
Let's get some butter beer. Sorry.
I'm trying to think. There's.
I think we're just like, if there's a Christmas light or a mention of Christmas, it's a Christmas movie.
That's my thing.
That's what we're getting.
That's my thing. But speaking of some of these some crazy characters and stuff like that, have you guys ever just tried to fantasize or brainstorm about different characters and that should have a holiday special? Like for example, we know Deadpool is supposed to get one. Guardians of the Galaxy just got one. Like, what would be some crazy out there thoughts of what you think? I'll give you mine because I was thinking about this earlier today.
Okay.
So, what I would love as a Christmas special, and I would go see this in theaters. Mark my word, I would pay money to see this. Is I want to see Freddy Krueger in a Christmas special, and in my mind, he falls asleep because he's had a long day of murdering people, and his worst nightmare is going to a shopping mall during the Christmas season and having to navigate a bunch of Karens while he's trying to buy some shit for his kid. That's like I want. Like I'm thinking crazy.
Interesting. That's an interesting.
Wait. So he's like Freddy Krueger, but he's the same guy from Rick and Morty.
That's it kind of like inspired.
Like a wife and a kid at home, and he's just like, yeah, bitch.
It kind of
like, don't call me bitch. Don't bring me home.
It inspired it.
Being like a normal person who has to care about other people and deal with them.
Right, but I picture like Freddy Krueger in the full Freddy Krueger outfit, walking a shopping cart through like the parking lot and having to navigate all Karens not being able to drive their cars and all that kind of shit, fighting with women while they're trying to get the lady's Cabbage Patch doll. The whole thing. Like that's in my mind. That would be, excuse me, his worst nightmare and something I would actually absolutely pay to see.
I just thought of. Sorry, that made me think of something else, but I just thought of another movie that's a Christmas movie that no one ever talks about.
What's that?
Man Returns.
Oh, Batman Returns. Like, see, again, the fact that we even have to explain that it's a Christmas movie is absurd to me. The whole movie takes place during Christmas.
I thought about it because as you're talking about,
wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, the whole thing takes place at Christmas time, like the entire thing.
They have the tree lighting. I mean, like, come on.
Yeah. I thought about it because I was thinking about about Batman Noel as a movie.
Oh, that would be great. That would be great. See, now that would be forget like being silly and all that stuff. Batman himself is due a Christmas special. You get all the side characters in there, even if you don't have any villains, right? If it's just the heroes celebrating Christmas, I would be interested in seeing that on HBO Max.
Like that Justice
Discovery
League Christmas moment in the cartoon.
Yeah, yeah. It's I would argue that it's scenes like that though that we never get, or we have not gotten, I should say, in the DC EU. So we never really connect with these characters because, as far as we know, they're not regular people; they're just fucking heroes. And on the Marvel side, we get those moments where they're just partying and drinking and just getting to know each other and whatever. What's up, Scythe?
What I want to see would be a solo Raphael movie during Christmas time, and he has to try to find gifts for his brothers and Splinter.
Dude, that's a great idea.
That'd be dope.
That would be amazing.
But it's got to be like old school, like the original live action Raphael in the trench coat.
Yeah, 100%.
Walking around the city.
Trench coat, miserable Raphael having to navigate the city to find gifts for everybody.
Like, how do we make this happen? How do we get on the phone with the right person and we make this shit happen? These are gold mines.
Just sell it to Disney. They'll make it eventually.
I would want to see like even like a Mortal Kombat story somehow in anime or something during Christmas time. You know, honestly, if we're being real, Santa needs to enter the Mortal Kombat tournament and just kind of show that he could throw down with the best of them.
So I think Santa needs to enter the MCU because it's canon that Santa Claus is an Omega level mutant.
That, you know what, man? But see, now this is the sadness of losing James Gunn for the Marvel side, because James Gunn would 100% make that happen. He would make it.
100%. I'm shocked that he didn't do it in the Guardians.
I'm very shocked he didn't. But I feel like if he had more time with Marvel, he 100% would give us a cameo or something of Santa and confirm.
If they were doing like once the X-Men come, if they're doing another Christmas special, James Gunn would be the guy that's like, we're doing Santa Claus as an Omega level mutant, like 100%.
Yeah, and
we're doing Christmas at the Xavier Mansion, like School for the Gifted Christmas time. And we're doing Santa Claus as an Omega level mutant. That's what we're doing. I
just brainstormed. Like, see, James Cameron, you want to come up with something that's going to be a moneymaker? How about a Terminator Christmas special? And in this one, John Connor, because forget Dark Fate, John Connor is taking his kids to, like, say, SantaCon in New York City. They get off the train, everyone's like drinking, having a good time, whatever. One of the Santas turns around, fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger. Come with me if you want to live. The rest of the Santas start morphing because they're all T-1000s and they gotta fucking survive. Like, come on, man.
Terminator mixed with Jingle All the Way.
100%. 100%.
Good Wheel Turbo Man.
Jingle All the Way is one of the best fucking Christmas movies.
You know what, man? That's one of those movies.
I love that movie.
That's one of those movies that
there's so many Arnold quotes in that movie alone. It's insane.
Sinbad is great in that movie.
Like, it's just
really, people don't give it enough credit. That movie is entertaining. It was entertaining when I was a kid. It's entertaining now. It's got like the Christmas spirit and all that nonsense. Like, that movie's great. People gotta stop sleeping on that shit. That movie's amazing.
Jingle All the Way is a top tier fucking Christmas movie, in my opinion.
Hell yeah. But yeah,
Big Show plays a giant Santa Claus.
Yeah, I always forget that the Big Show is in that one. Come on, man. Does wrestling have any Christmas specials?
Sinbad for a toy? That's fucking gold.
Oh, their wrestlers always play some weird version of Santa Claus though, like Goldberg, right? Display.
It's a great Christmas movie. Don't sleep on it. I haven't seen Violent Night, which sucks, but I definitely want to see that too.
I haven't seen it either.
I'm telling you right now,
see that one.
I hope that comes to Amazon Prime, and if it doesn't, I'm still gonna record my reaction to it when I watch it, whenever it comes out on streaming, and that's going on YouTube because like that movie is gonna be just amazing. I don't care what anyone says.
I feel like a movie like that would have done better on streaming if they released it.
I agree.
December.
I agree that movie screams like a Netflix. Like guess what comes out tonight? It's this Santa Claus like Die Hard slasher, action movie, and then
you
it
on
explodes.
Fucking Christmas Eve or the night before Christmas Eve.
Hell yeah.
What's one Christmas movie, if you can only pick one, what is one Christmas movie you have to watch every Christmas?
Every Christmas. Ooh, that's it. See, now, right now, you guys are gonna laugh at me. I'm kind of a sucker for the those Christmas Chronicle movies on Netflix. with Kurt Russell.
The first one, I didn't see the second one. The first one was really good though.
The second one I felt was just as good. I mean, they lean into the silliness a little more, but like Kurt Russell makes a fantastic Santa Claus. He's just so good in it. So I like those two.
That's right. So I just watched the Disney Plus put out a Santa Claus show.
Yeah, I want to watch that because that's the original. It's the original people.
Yeah. And it was actually pretty good. You know what I mean?
I think they're moving
and it made me
think
about
CBS or something like that, or ABC.
Oh, maybe. But I was thinking about it, and I was like, man, that first Santa Claus movie was really fucking
so
good.
It was so good.
Those movies, are good movies, man. Tim Allen, he kind of kills it in those roles. I haven't seen the show yet. I want to. My wife and I both want to watch it, but we haven't watched the show yet. Yeah. I actually like the third one with what's his name, Jack Frost. Martin Short's in it. Yeah, like they're all three of those are good. Yeah. I like some of the anime, like the classic animated stuff. You know, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Year Without a Santa,
Franken and Bash.
But if you had to pick one, what would it be? Is it
that I have to watch every year? Well, honestly, I watch Die Hard every year as like my Christmas movie. Honestly, I make sure every year in December that's the one I pick. Yeah, that's one.
I'd go with it's like mixed between Elf and Jingle All the Way.
Elf, see, I like Elf, Santa. But I don't think it grows out. It stayed as good. Bad Santa's a great one.
Bad Santa, I absolutely love that movie.
Or I'll be honest,
in a Santa suit cracks me up every goddamn time. He's just a menace.
I will be honest. I'm also partial to the first, like How the Grinch Stole Christmas with Jim Carrey. Like that one.
I love that one.
That one's really good too. So it's so hard to pick like a top tier Christmas movie because then you have the classics too, like It's a Wonderful Life and Miracle on 34th Street, which were actually, you know what old school Christmas movie I love is Santa Claus with Dudley Moore.
Yo, that's a classic. When I was a kid, I used to watch that shit all the time.
Remembering that.
That's like, isn't John Lithgow in that one too? Remember, he's got the little can with the dust that makes the reindeer fly. He starts putting in the kids' candy. Am I thinking of the wrong movie? No, that's not. I'm thinking of the same movie. Hold on,
the same movie.
I think it's the same movie.
I have to look that up.
I'm looking it up right now.
I have to look that up. But that movie, like
1985.
Johnny Butters says he likes Christmas Story, Bad Santa, Christmas Vacation. We didn't even talk about that, and Die Hard.
Yeah,
I'm not a fan of Christmas Story. I know, sorry, don't kill me for this, but I never liked Christmas Story.
I love Christmas Story, and like I'll watch it at least once every Christmas, but I can't. I used to watch it all the time, but now I just find it silly.
I think I don't know. I always found it to be boring. I just never really liked it.
My favorite part's the end when they're getting Chinese food. It's the best part of the whole movie.
Yeah.
Them trying to sing Christmas carols is probably one of the most funny fucking scenes you can have in a movie. It's so funny.
And then you got Christmas Vacation also.
Yeah, Santa Claus the movie. Oh, you can't see it anyway. That's the one I'm thinking of with Dudley Moore. But that's John Lithgow plays like a toy manufacturer, and he makes like candy canes, and he wants to put the reindeer dust that makes them fly into the candy canes.
What movie is that from?
Candy cane. That sounds familiar.
Come on, I know you can pull it out, grab it.
That sounds familiar.
Grab it. Duplex, you got a guess?
I got nothing.
I can't think of it. That sounds so familiar.
Ride with Paul Walker.
Oh,
that was
man. I should have remembered that
Yeah.
one.
That was like the trucker handle.
You're right. John Lithgow is in that one.
Listen, sometimes I couldn't remember the candy cane thing, even though I could remember. I could literally hear the voice in my head, but I'm telling you John Lithgow's in a Santa Claus movie that came out in like the 60s. Yeah. I just like my brain works in mysterious ways. Oh my god!
Felt like the 60s.
It felt like the 60s.
And Mickey's in it too, as the ancient elf.
Yep.
He from Rocky's in it also.
I just remember the one elf that paints with his beard. Like, and I remember as a kid, I used to think to myself, like, that's kind of not right though, because I got to clean that every day.
You know what scene always stuck out to me was the I don't know why it sticks out to me all the time, but right in the beginning of the movie when the homeless kid is just staring through the window of McDonald's.
Yeah.
You're like, I wish I could eat McDonald's.
See,
like,
this
it was
is
such
why
terrible product place, 80s product placement.
But this is why when people talk about product placement in modern movies and complain about it, I'm like, it's been around since the beginning. In that movie, there's the McDonald's scene.
Been around forever.
The girl puts the food out on the snow and like has to make sure she puts the can of Coke facing the camera.
Yeah.
Like
the can of Coke in the fucking snow. Like,
in the snow. Like, come on. It's been happening forever. People just need to get over the product placement. You have to pay for the movie somehow.
I'm gonna have to watch that movie tonight now because I have such fond memories. There's something about like it always used to be on my grandparents' house for some reason.
Yeah.
Like when I was a kid, like a little kid and shit. So
I'm gonna warn you now. It's not
that movie.
It doesn't hold up well. So don't expect too much from it. You watch it with nostalgic glasses on. That's it. So Johnny Butter says can't forget about the Grinch. We haven't forgot about him, but I mean that's like an obvious one.
We mentioned it.
Scrooge is into classic.
Scrooge is good.
Speaking of that, did you guys watch that new Ryan Reynolds, Will Ferrell Christmas movie?
Yeah, it's like unwatchable.
It's horrible.
Is it?
It's honestly
horrible.
No. I wouldn't say it's horrible, but the songs, the first like 20 minutes maybe is like 7 songs. Like it's just a song after song, and they're not great. Once the songs, but they stop though. There's a huge chunk of the movie where the songs stop, and it goes, into a normal acting comedic kind of movie between the two of them, and then it gets really good, and then the songs come back in, and it just kind of ruins it again. So it's worth watching if you like them.
I will say I did like the Good Afternoon song.
Well, I love that one too. I keep saying it to my wife now.
It's the best song in the movie, but it's just like,
and it did have a good twist.
After that,
it did have a good twist because the twist of the movie when they reveal it. Do you plan on watching it, Fred, or are you just not going to watch it?
I may check it out.
All right, so I won't spoil it for you. But when the twist of the movie is revealed, even I looked at my wife and was like, "That's actually pretty cool," So like that.
No, I said the same thing.
So, but just
when the twist happened, I was like, "Oh, that was smart."
Just to put it in perspective, Fred, we see like the story of the original Scrooge, and one of the things he does is some kid asks for like money, and he's like, "I'm not giving you money. Good afternoon." And then someone walking by goes, "Excuse me, that's a child." And he goes, "Yeah, good afternoon to you." And I think Ryan Reynolds goes like, "What's with the good afternoon thing?" And Will Ferrell's like, "Well, back then, good afternoon was kind of like fuck you, like." So then they have a whole song where they're saying good afternoon
like
to people.
Go fuck yourself type of thing.
That's probably the highlight of the whole movie, honestly.
Yeah,
it was all right. I don't know if you're interested, if you like Christmas movies, you like those two actors, it's worth giving a shot. But otherwise, it's not anything special. That's overall.
That's that Spirited movie, right?
Yeah. And then that's really that's all the topics I really had. I'm trying to think.
Home Alone 2 for me.
Man,
you know what? We just
that's a big one too.
Funny story about Home Alone. So I love that movie, obviously, and my daughter yesterday we were like, "Oh, let's watch a Christmas movie." So I put on the first Home Alone, and my daughter's only 4, and as we're watching the movie, they're saying, they're calling each other stupid and buttheads, and the thieves are trying to kill Macaulay Culkin, and I'm just like, this is not a good movie for a 4-year-old. Yeah. So I start fast forwarding like through like some of the stuff that I'm like, oh, I don't know. Then the big moment happens, right? They start breaking into the house. The guy, what's his name's head gets on fire, whatever. And I'm going, it's just fake. It's not. This isn't real. It's not. Meanwhile, the whole time I'm like, I should just turn this off.
This kid is torturing 2 grown men.
Yeah.
Ever watched like the Movies That Made Us on Netflix or anything like that?
I love that series, bro.
Oh, me too.
It's one of the few documentaries that I actually like.
Actually, speaking of, I just watched The Toys That Made Us because they do that too. I watched the Transformers one last night. Actually, it was
absolutely amazing. But the thing about like the Movies That Made Us, they did Home Alone, the first one.
Yeah.
And they were talking about how like Joe Pesci just was constantly cursing on set all the time. And so, like he was like, "No, my guy would curse here." They're like, "You can't curse, Joe. Like it's a PG movie." And that's why he walks around going like, "Friggin', doing that all the time."
But you know what?
It's so true because he just wants to curse every time.
But that made for an entertaining character. You know what I mean? That was entertaining for him to just sit there and mumble like. So let me ask you this question.
Wait, side note. I got a great Joe Pesci story. I met Joe Pesci at a golf outing at a Pro-Am tour up in Cromwell, Connecticut. And Pesci's sitting there getting Listen, I was when my dad, he got tickets. Like, it was a good time. Whatever. There's a bunch of celebrities there, but Pesci was in there waiting to tee off, and Chris Berman from ESPN is like teeing up his thing, but he's teeing up at the wrong spot. He's teeing up at like the black tees.
Okay.
Right. And if you know anything about golf, like everybody's supposed to tee off from the white. He's teeing off from like the pro tee.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So Pesci just turns to his caddy and he's like, "Look at Berman up there, teeing off from the wrong box. Stupid cunt." And I was just like, "Oh shit."
That's amazing.
I was like, he's like in the movies. And then later on in the day, like he was getting up there in age even at that point.
Right.
Now he's just like, well gone. So he couldn't walk the whole course. So they got him a golf cart. So he's driving around the golf cart, and some guy's like, "Hey, Joe, can I get an autograph?" And he's like, "Go fuck yourself. I'm out of here." I was like, Joe Pesci told me to go fuck myself. That was amazing.
But that's classic Joe Pesci. If he didn't do that, I'd be upset.
Oh my God. I was like, he's
like,
really
sure, no
like
problem,
in
pal.
real life.
Yeah.
Tell me
No.
to fuck off or something.
Yeah.
My favorite.
The guy was so happy that he told him to go fuck himself. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Just speaking of Joe Pesci, my favorite quote of his from every movie he's ever been in. My favorite quote that's always stuck with me is from Casino when he's torturing that guy to get the dude's name. And the guy says the name and he goes, "You fucking make me pop your eyeball out of your fucking head for that fucker, you piece of shit." And then he goes, and I always laugh when the guy says "fuck you" to him, and he goes, "Fuck me, fuck my mother, how dare you?" And I'm always like, he didn't say that. Where'd you get that from?
Yeah.
So good though.
So
let me ask you this question. Let me ask you this final question here. We're all big kids, right? Carmine's wearing a onesie, so we all know this. If you could ask for something today, not when you're a kid, not now, not whatever, today, not some boring adult shit. If you could ask for anything from Santa, you can get it. You know you're gonna get it. What would you ask for? I know what I would ask for, but I want to throw it out to you guys.
Real? Does it have to be real?
No, whatever you want. Let your imagination run wild here. Go ahead, Scythe, go.
DeLorean with a working flux capacitor.
Wow, you want to change your fate?
Up there.
Yeah,
you don't want
time travel.
You don't want to be in the theater room no more,
bro. I want that sports almanac.
You want to go back in time and make out with your mom?
Wait, you want
to? Not at all.
Wait,
the sports almanac is in the future, man.
Wait, you want the sports almanac, or do you want to be the first one to come out with songs that you know will become hits, like in Hot Tub Time Machine?
Yeah, that's true too.
Speaking of Christmas movies,
Royals,
Hot Tub Time Machine, right there. I just thought of it.
Oh, another. What's the name? Yeah. The Night Before with.
Oh, that's a great one. But that is a Christmas movie or a holiday movie.
That's like a Christmas.
Yeah.
I'm saying, like, that's a great Christmas movie. It's funny as hell.
That is, yeah. I love that one. What about you?
You like that one? For me, it would be like the ultimate comic book collection.
That's it.
Like
that's the best you could think of.
Dream. No, but I mean, like, listen, like, yeah, like a time machine would be fucking great, and like, what I would do with the time machine is probably go back and get a bunch of comics for 10 cents.
Right, buy like you buy the very first issue of every Marvel comic that ever came out, like, and keep it in a container.
Yeah, like they would all be in containers and shit like that. Like I would do shit like that with it, but
100%.
I think it would be a house with like the most ultimate.
Well, you would want you buy a house that has a pool house, and you make that pool house your collector's room. But you see, like for me, it's got to be in like one of those big vaults that has like a giant pirate ship steering wheel that you have to turn in order to open up.
It would be like it would be like an entire separate floor of my regular house, like in the basement or something like that.
But hidden,
just like the ultimate collector's room.
Everything for me is hidden rooms. It's got to be hidden.
Hidden.
You got to find some creative way.
Ultimate collector's room.
Like I'm getting a hidden room one day. That's
I want it
full size, like a full size Predator.
Right. No, I'm down for that. And it's always got to be in a hidden room, and I don't want it to be like just like you walk up to like a bookshelf and you pull it, it's a door. I want it to be like you go into like the master bedroom or something. If you pull on one like fan blade, all of a sudden the entire floor starts going down because the whole room's an elevator. For like, I want crazy shit like that.
Yeah,
like.
That'd be dope.
That's what I would want. I definitely would want like the ultimate game room, but I would want it to like literally be decked out with a staff and everything, like the Millennium Falcon or some sort of like Star Cruiser. Honestly, in this particular case, I would want it to look like the Star Trek bridge, and like I could sit in the captain's chair. Everyone could control something, and the screen could be a game that we play. Where we're all like members, or we could just watch whatever we want on there, or play games or whatever it is. I would just want like the ultimate like just hangout room. You know what I mean? Maybe that's connected to like an ice rink, and we could play hockey for a while too.
Is I can get that after I get that sports almanac.
That's true. That is true.
True.
Yeah, you're thinking big.
Hey, Fred might have the ultimate like pick to all of this.
Yeah, but he's got.
You don't know what else is going to change in the future, man. Like you might end up like killing off your entire family by accident because of it.
Plus, he also has to keep fueling that DeLorean, which is the biggest problem in the movie.
Plutonium's tough to come by.
And
Speaking of Back to the Future, I want a fucking hoverboard.
Like a real hoverboard too, not like the nonsense they call hoverboards today that has a fucking wheel on it.
Like the Back to the Future 2 pink hoverboard.
Yeah. That actually like is hovering, you know, like the word says. God, I couldn't stand when hoverboards became the rage, and I'm like, they're not hoverboards. There's wheels on them. You're not hovering shit. What are you talking about? Like, it's the same thing when they said they finally invented the self-lacing shoes, and they were just already laced. You could just kind of hit a button to tighten them. I'm like, that's not. You missed the point.
Funny story about those. This is a true story, and I'm not gonna say from where for reasons, but at work, somebody had self-lacing shoes, right?
Okay.
And they're battery operated, right? And you have to charge them. So the thing tightens way too tight and the battery dies, and he needed somebody to cut his shoe off because he couldn't get
that's amazing.
His foot out of the shoe.
That's amazing, and he deserved it.
He deserves every second of that.
And you know what the solution was? All he had to do was like walk up to the charger and plug it in, and then he could have just like reset the shoe or something. Like it was so dumb.
But he also sounds like he's a little stupid. So if he went to go do that, he would have like put his foot up on the wall to charge it, and while everyone's looking at him, like there's a plug right down there, guy. You know. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. But so that's it. That's all the topics I had. I wanted to do a brief one today. We got Christmas right around the corner. We got New Year's. We're going to take a little break. For anyone who jumped to the chat, Butters, man, I know you're always looking for the podcast. Thanks for being a consistent member. We appreciate it.
Hell yeah!
And keep those Call of Duty vids coming because they keep cracking me up every time you rocket somebody up the ass.
Yeah, it does not surprise me that Butters is the ultimate Call of Duty troll.
Yeah, right. It's kind of fitting the character. So 2022 was a nutty year for GGEN. Got a lot of milestones. We had some good milestones in 2021, but we definitely obliterated those milestones in 2022. Monetized on YouTube. We're close to 500 on Twitch. Over 1,300 now on TikTok. Growing everywhere. And it's really thanks to everyone who jumps into these videos, into the streams. We appreciate it. We got a lot of games going on Twitch. A lot of podcasts now. We're spitting content out almost daily. Let us know. We love, I can't stress this enough. We love the feedback. So let us know.
100%.
Even if it's negative.
And we love recommendations.
Hell yes.
Let us know what you want to see from us.
Let us know good and bad. If we're bombarding the YouTube and you want us to slow down, I can't promise we'll do it, but we definitely want to know it. If you have certain ideas for videos,
you never know.
Definitely throw it out there. And thank you again for all the love and support you've sent to us. We have Patreon. We have a whole bunch of other avenues. We just, are trying to find time in our busy lives to fill all those things. We're going to take a little bit of a break. We'll be back for 2023 with tons of new stuff. We got new ideas already that I'm working on, that we're all working on. And we appreciate it, man. Scythe, happy birthday again.
Thank you.
Happy birthday, brother.
And thank you guys for always being around for Theater Room. And we'll talk to you guys later. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Peace out, everybody. Isn't that what the cool kids do?
Dude, how old are you?
Yeah, like what are you?
I'm gonna be 40 next year, so we got to do a 40th B-Day bash.
Age. How are you so old?
I'm an old body, man. I like to stay home. I like to put my hand in my pants like Al Bundy, and just chill.
I mean, everybody likes to do that.
That's true, right? That's not even a thing. All right, guys.
That's just a guy thing.
We'll talk to you later. Good night, and we'll see you guys on the next Theater Room. We'll be talking about an Avatar Way of Water deep dive is going to start off 2023. It sounds like Fred's not going to be a part of that one, so it'll just be me and Carmine. Maybe the captain if I can get him to